Hi everyone, News 8 Meteorologist Leanne Byer here, and today we're here to talk about thunderstorm safety. Not even just thunderstorm safety, just severe weather safety. So every day something called the Storm Prediction Center, or the SPC, releases something called a convective outlook, and it basically tells you the types of categories that something could fall in, or the potential of the severe weather threat for that day. Now, it's very confusing, so here at News 8, we've created something a little bit easier to understand. So this is for this afternoon, April 28th of 2024. But I'm not going to talk about this specifically. I'm going to talk about the different things associated with severe weather, because some people just think of severe weather as potentially just a thunderstorm. But the first thing is a tornado. Tornadoes aren't too common in western New York. They are the most common found in the Central Plains. However, that doesn't mean it's impossible for us to see a tornado here. In fact, there's been a recorded tornado in all 50 states in the United States. So that means that New York has at least seen one tornado, and I'm sure they've seen a few more than that. But with tornadoes, I mean, as soon as you get a tornado warning, you need to stay away from all windows. Make sure that you are in a room with no windows, and sometimes even a bathtub, just so you can go in and cover your hand or cover your head with your hands and just make sure you're safe. The best place to be during a tornado is a basement. However, I know a lot of houses don't have basements, mine included, so the best next thing would to be find a room that has no windows in it and try and protect yourself. The next thing is wind, and wind is very common here in western New York, as I am starting to learn. But wind can be a really powerful thing. It can uproot trees, it can break down branches, it can down electrical wires. It is a very common thing. If it gets windy during a storm, obviously go inside, but wind in general, you just have to be aware of your surroundings. Make sure that you are looking at the latest radar models, making sure that you are staying safe. The next thing is hail. Hail can hurt. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But hail is usually found during thunderstorms, and they're usually almost like little ice balls. That is the best way to describe it. So you want to make sure that you have something that can cover you, such as an umbrella, even a raincoat, or even if you head into your car, just to protect yourself from that. So that's a little bit more self-explanatory. Flooding. Flooding is something that affects the United States coast to coast. It's actually a pretty big threat here in Rochester as well, just because we have Lake Ontario to our north and then Lake Erie to our west, and we have all these rivers and creeks and bays along parts of western New York as well. So, but the biggest thing with with flooding is the saying, turn around, don't drown. Essentially meaning if you see a flooded area, don't drive through it. You don't know what kinds of hazards can be in that flooded area. There could be some electrical wires, there could be sharp objects, so if you're walking or driving through, it's not the smartest idea. So remember the saying, turn around, don't drown. And lastly, lightning. Now, a common saying with this is, when thunder roars, go indoors. Because if you can hear the sound of thunder, that usually means that you are within striking distance of the storm. So the best place to be is inside, again, away from your windows. And don't stand under a tree, don't remain outside. If you can't get to a safe place, such as your home or just a building of any sort, your car would be your next safest option. But again, the safest option would to be find any secure building. It doesn't have to be your home, it could just be anything around you. And just stay safe. When thunder roars, go indoors.